Hey everyone, welcome to another YouTube video with exercises for injuries. My name is Kaya. Today we're going to be talking about tools that you can use at home for tight muscles. So we're going to go through a few different ways that you can relieve tight muscles, knots, get kind of more into the deep tissue kind of deal at home. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is a foam roller. So most people are familiar with a foam roller. They become super popular, right? Super easy to use at home, often small enough that you can take them with you to the track or on a trip or the pool or whatever you're doing. Obviously lots of different kinds of foam rollers. So this one is a little bit shorter than other ones that you might see, maybe about a medium kind of density. Obviously the more dense that the foam roller is, the more painful it will be, because the deeper into the tissue it will get, the softer it is, the easier it is to use, the less intense the sensation will be, so maybe a good place to start. And then, so in the case of this one, it's kind of a three-part one. And so in this one, we've got a smaller one inside that actually has the ridges. So with the ridges, that can offer more like pinpointed kind of deep tissue stuff. So if you're getting into a smaller area like the hips, it might help to have ridges to kind of get in a little bit deeper in certain areas. So foam rolling is a super easy way, super effective way, and something you can do at home to get deeper into the connective tissues, into the muscle, and relieve tightness. So I'll just go through a couple things that you can use a foam roller for at home. So for example, a lot of people have tightness in like the IT band area. So one thing that the foam roller is really great for is rolling out the IT band. So that's that connective tissue band down the side of the leg. And as well as the TFL muscle that runs alongside the hip area. So foam roller is also really nice if you got tightness in the back. And you can always gauge, right, how much pressure you're applying to the foam roller, because you're the one that's doing it. So it's different than a massage, just like a self-massage, making as intense or less intense as you want. And you can find those spots like I'm doing right now that you can tell are really tight, and then spend more time working on those areas. So kind of an overview of a foam roller. The next thing we're going to look at is a massage stick. So I find these are especially useful for things like the quads. So especially if you're chair bound, this is a great way to get that sort of deep tissue massage going without having to get down on the ground. So from a seat, you can roll out the quad, roll out that IT band. You can get into the hip flexor. So that can be a super useful and effective way from a seated position. It's sometimes even nice after, if you've done a tough workout and you just don't feel like getting down onto the ground and doing kind of more of that type of movement. You can do this sitting on the couch or sitting on the ground. But obviously it's a little more difficult with a massage stick to get onto the back or arms or whatever. So that brings us in to the last thing, which is different kind of massage balls. So you can get actual trigger point massage balls, and those are meant specifically for getting into those, tight knotted areas of the tissue. But what I see time and time again is people doing reviews on these things and saying that lacrosse balls, they're about a quarter of the price, and they're going to do virtually the exact same thing as one of those specific trigger point balls. So I've got a lacrosse ball here. People use tennis balls as well. The thing, of course, with tennis balls is they're not nearly as dense or firm as a lacrosse ball. So if you're just starting out rolling a tennis ball, they cost like $1. That might be a really great place to start. And then once you get used to rolling and really getting targeted kind of tension tissue release, then you could move into something like a lacrosse ball. Lacrosse ball, a great thing and a really common thing for people, plantar fasciitis. The great thing about a lacrosse ball is you can use it to roll out the bottom of the foot. You can also find those trigger points on your foot that you can tell need some extra attention and spend time working into those areas. You can use it also in like areas that you'd never be able to roll. So maybe on the front, you know, the chest and the pec area, you can use that to roll like that. Probably my favorite way to use it is just those really, really tight areas on the back that you can't necessarily get into with a foam roller because it's just too big. Putting the lacrosse ball down underneath the back and then working into wherever that tight area is for you. And you're just gonna get a way more targeted, a way more intense and more painful kind of deep tissue massage going on with a lacrosse ball, because it's just can be so much more targeted. It's so dense. So in terms of getting the deepest, most, you know, effective kind of release of that tissue would definitely be a lacrosse ball. So lots of options, a lot of affordable options too. You can get these things online. You can get them at, you know, a local sports store, often just like a, you know, like a Walmart, things like those even have them. So definitely super easy to access. Most gyms will have this stuff too. And definitely recommend giving at least one of these a go. It makes a huge difference in terms of recovery, recovering from injuries, whether it's or a workout, and getting your body recovered and ready to perform even better next time. So I hope that this was helpful and that you enjoyed it. If you did like this video, leave me a comment and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out exercisesforinjuries.com. There's a little search bar on there and you can search for anything that you have questions about, whether it's about an injury or an exercise or something nutrition related. There's thousands of posts on that site. That's free content for you to enjoy. So thanks for watching. I hope we'll see you guys in another video. Take care.